Thank you, Brian. Romance. I'm a romantic about I know you are by listening to you about what can be done with a political life.
Yes.
And looking at John Lewis and what he did, his face bashed in, his head bashed in, and now he is all these years later an icon of our country.
But it was
you believe in that stuff.
Oh, that's why I'm here. God, those were leaders that called to the moral imagination of this country and made us understand, black, white, whatever, we have common cause and we have to fight for justice, even if it's not directly affecting you. That's what we need right now.
But that's aspirational. People say you're aspirational, like Obama was, but aspiration, it's 2019, it's not work. Why won't aspiration and hope, and we can do a better job, and we can make it in this country? It's not nostalgia, it's optimism.
Right. And
why isn't that grabbing people
Well, right now it's happened for Jimmy Carter was polling at 1%, talked about decency, and he eventually won. Bill Clinton talked about hope. He was polling at 4% right now. He eventually won. Barack Obama, this day in his race in 2007, he was 21 points behind Hillary Clinton, but he talked aspirationally. So this is my moment. I'm on the edge right now.
Okay, let's talk about the demographics of this.
Need help.
I don't know why we start in Iowa, but we got to play it as it lays. Another one with Iowa, but it's a white state. It's Middle Western. It's not a big state. There's hardly a few African Americans there. They go on to New Hampshire, same deal. You have to wait till South Carolina, or actually a little bit in Nevada. Does this work against the minority candidate?
Well, I'm not going to complain because Iowa's home turf. My grandmother was born and raised in Des Moines. Hundreds of family members there.
Hundreds. That's not enough.
Hold on. My net popularity in the state is 3rd right now.
Okay.
And I lead in endorsements in Iowa.
Net popularity mean your positives over your negatives.
Yes. And of all the candidates, I'm number 3. And look, I now lead in endorsements in Iowa, New Hampshire of local elected leaders, local leaders. Point blank. State reps,
but
local
Buttigieg,
mayors.
who gets no black support, is leading everybody.
Well, look, in those early states, but he gets 0 black support in the South. So if we finish,
can you hang in there?
Listen, I need people desperately to go to CoryBooker.com, or else I'm not going to make the next debate stage. We need the contributions.
You were great tonight.
Yeah, well, tonight already
I'm not the only one.
$200,000 come into our site. We just need help.
We just don't have time.
Keep me on board.
Booker.
I hope they'll keep me in there.
You inspired us tonight.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.